Hi, this is Abul Hussain coming to you direct from London, the United Kingdom, and welcome to another episode of the SMMA Mastermind podcast, where we talk about how you can start or scale your digital marketing agency. Now, if you are watching this episode outside of our Facebook group, find the link above or below this video or go to smmamastermind.com. This is the first video of 2021, episode number 86, I believe. So it's been quite a journey over the last 6 months since we started in June. Now I have a very special guest joining me all the way from Ohio in the US, and we are going to talk about SEO and SMS marketing. Her name is Zique, or 𝗦𝗠𝗦 but she goes by Zique, and she is the CEO of Revenue Rapids Digital Marketing. Zique, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Abul. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining me. Now, for the viewers who might not know who you are, how about a bit of a background into how you came about founding Revenue Rapids Digital Marketing?
Absolutely. So I actually have always been in the digital field in some way, shape, or form. And so I've taken a journey through different digital fields until I ended up in the marketing field. And that came about by actually just some mentors that I ended up running across, some mentors and coaches online that, coach in digital marketing and things like that. And so I ended up getting with them, and they, walk me through the process of how to get set up and what type of clients to look for, things like that. And then it just took off from there. I saw, how much I could really help people. I saw how much I can help business owners, which, would make me a great business owner myself. And that's what I do, is help business owners. So yeah, that grabbed my heart, because I know I can help a lot of families that way, not only business owners, but the people that the business owners help with their business as well. So
Right.
That's pretty much how I got into it.
No, that's absolutely awesome. And is there a particular industry or a niche that you work in?
Yeah, so I do SMS marketing, and so when it comes to that, we like to target, retail shops, anything like that, boutique, or anything that sells items, or any type of niche that also sells food as well. So anything with that, that's what we do with SMS marketing. And then when it comes to SEO, we like to go for anything that's home improvement, roofers, flooring, pest control, a lot of different gutters and different thing, home improvement niches. And then also we can do limousine service and auto repair, things like that, towing.
Okay, so anyone who could do with the help, really.
Yeah, really, for the most part, we try to stick to a certain type, within those ranges. But absolutely, we have a pretty broad, pretty wide reach.
Right. Okay. And you've been running for a couple of years. What does your agency setup look like? Do you have other partners or other people working with you, or is it all about you?
No, I definitely have a great team. A lot of my teamwork is partnerships and contracting and things like that. So I've got a few different teams just handling different aspects of the business, and they're great at what they do to help things run smooth. The teams that I have, they're so willing to help on the creative side of things versus me just telling them what to do. And that's definitely a major aspect to look for in people hire. So.
Okay. And I mean, your core services are SEO and SMS, and most people that I speak to, they'll come and they'll talk about social media marketing management, or they'll talk about PPC, or they'll talk about SEO or Facebook ads. SMS sounds quite interesting. How comes you are focusing on SMS?
Oh, because for many reasons actually. I'm focusing on SMS because for one, it's hot right now. SMS is very hot right now. It's really being ahead of the curve. A lot of agencies are offering it, and then right now, like just the age of technology, being able to reach people directly on their phones, and people are getting hip to this. They're getting aware that, oh man, that's like a really hot thing. When I pick up my own phone and there's a text message from someone that I subscribe to, it's right in my phone. How can I even pass by that? You know, and so it's the value of it is being seen. So it's very hot right now, and it's
Hmm.
not gonna go anywhere because
Yeah,
everybody's on their phone.
right.
It's
And
going right directly to your text messages, and people love it. People love it.
and I'm guessing that's really for kind of targeting local customers to walk into a premises rather than to go to like a website to purchase something from a website or something like that, or
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter
right.
at all. If you want to, get right in front of your customers whenever you want to, right in their hand, then it doesn't matter, whether you're brick and mortar or whether you're, online business.
Hmm.
If you want to attract your customer base right then and there, you SMS is for you.
Right. And I would think like if I had a list of people that I can send an SMS to, right? How many messages do I send them before they get really tired of me? At what point does it become ineffective? Does
Oh, absolutely. So you definitely want to be tactical and strategic about how many times you text them. So our minimum, or yeah, our minimum for how many we suggest is 4 a month. So basically once a week. Depending on what your niche is. If you're more so like a restaurant or something like that, we definitely recommend once a week. No more than that, like you said, you can definitely get on people's nerves. So you don't want to run them away. And so once a week, with something that's really enticing, and that's a major key. You really want something that's valuable to, who your subscribers, so that way, it won't even matter to them, to a certain degree, how much you are texting them, because
Mhm.
it's going to be something that they want. So you
Right.
want to always
Okay.
keep that in mind. It's like, okay, how many times? Okay, if I was to text them every day, what would be something that I would text them that would make them just jump for joy and just jump and go do whatever it is that I'm calling them for action
Mm.
to do? That's the type of
Right.
mindset you want to have when you
Uh-huh.
think about
Right. And in terms of building that initial list, someone who is actually watching this and they might be thinking, okay, SMS sounds interesting, right? But how does one get actually started?
As far as the
Building your
client,
initial
or
list of
building
niche
your
list of
list.
people you
Okay,
can
yes.
text.
So I got you. So the first thing we do is we like to one get a snapshot of basically the messages that you do have. Excuse me. So whatever phone numbers, excuse me, that you do have, we want to get that list and start with them. Just send out one text or whatever the case may be, email, and asking them, would you like to subscribe to this list? If not, let us know, say no, whatever the case may be. And then we offer with our service one complimentary ad. So we'll actually run you a free ad where we create the graphics, we create the ad copy, and we set up the ad, and we take on the ad cost for that first ad.
Right.
We also give you ideas and help you with your social media. We offer social media management, so we can actually post on your page for you, or we can just help you with ideas that you can post on your page on your own, and that will help bring in your list.
Right. Okay. So you're not just sending out like messages based on text, you're attaching images as well and multimedia with the messages, I take it?
No, what I'm saying is you would post an ad on your social media or on
Right.
your website or whatever the case may be. You get people to subscribe, so they will text, oh, text this phrase, text pizza to this number,
Right.
and
Okay, I
so
got you. Okay. Your list building. This is your list building that you're doing your Facebook or your other social media channels, or
right.
suppose you can also put like a poster on your shop window with an
Exactly. Or send it
option.
out with your orders. Yes.
Right, right. Okay, no, that makes sense. So I'm guessing people need to text a number first. Could you just take numbers from a directory and upload them? Would that be legal in most states or?
Well, the thing is, when you're doing something like SMS marketing, you're now invading people's privacy. And so what you want to do is actually have permission to even, be texting directly to their phone. So that's why you would prefer to have an opt-in type of situation going on. So you want the people to actually text you first and say, "Hey, yes, I do want you texting," and then you can start sending them, broadcast, text
Mm,
broadcast. But you always want people's permission for moral purposes and for legal purposes.
sure, no, that makes sense. Now, I mean, how big does your list need to be before you start seeing, I suppose, some decent results from your campaigns?
Oh man, I mean, if you already have a list of, let's say you're a restaurant and you already have, 100 to 200 phone numbers in your directory or whatever your CRM is, and you already have enough phone numbers because you can literally go broadcast to that 100 or 200 people, and they can tell you yes or no. At least 50 to 75% of them are gonna say yes. Like, we love we love eating with you, of course. Like, send us deals, yes. And so then you'll send them out deals, and every time you send out a text blast, you're at least gonna get a good 50% of those people coming into your shop if you're offering something enticing to them. So you always want to give them a deal. You always want to make it so that they feel like they're missing out on something. This sale is only for today. You always really want to give a sense of urgency, and and something just that's really gonna grab them. And that's when it really does its job.
Right. Okay. No, that's quite interesting. Now, if you were to work with a shop today, say I'm running a pizza shop and you've come to me, I don't know anything about SMS marketing, right? What does your offer look
Right.
like? What are you promising me to get me excited?
Oh yeah. So what I'm offering you is you have the ability to text your customers directly in their text messages from your text messages or on autopilot or a combination of both, reaching your best customers who have opted in to want you to text them with offers, telling them to come buy from you, and you will see your revenue soar. The return on investment on this is really sky high. You will see results within the first 3 weeks of sending out broadcasts. And we offer a complimentary ad to get you started. So you can't lose.
Okay, fair enough. That's not a bad approach, I suppose. And in terms of your SEO, is that combined with the SMS offering or is that separate to it?
It is separate, but we can create a package for you. When we speak with potential clients, we send them, a proposal of what services might work best for them, or most of the time, we'll just send them a list of all the services that we have in a proposal, and then once they click into the form, they can actually select which service that they would like to go with, and then we can go from there.
Hmm. Okay, no, that's absolutely awesome. Now, obviously, one of the kind of motives, if you like, of the show is to show other people who are freelancers, startup agencies, and whatnot, how kind of, I suppose, other agencies are succeeding in the space, how they're picking up clients, how do they do their prospecting. So it's kind of sharing tips and tactics and best practices, I suppose. So in your agency, what does your current prospecting look like? How are you going and picking up new clients?
Well, the first thing that we do for sure is we'll either go for SEO, we'll go on Google. That's easy. It's just simply going to Google, typing in, our target market. For SEO, we'll normally go on Facebook and, type in the location and whatever niche we're looking for. It's just as simple as that. And we just reach out
Mhm.
from there.
Yeah, I mean, are you calling people? Are you emailing them? What's your...
We're definitely doing a mixture. We know how many times it takes to reach a person and get a response back. So we're hitting from all angles. So we're calling, emailing,
Mhm.
messaging on Facebook and LinkedIn and things like that. We're not holding back from whatever channel it is
No, I
we
love
can
it.
reach.
No, I love it. So send one email and that would be it. Or, they'll send one email
uh,
next week and then they'll be like, emailing does not work. Let me just give if you like. So in terms of kind of, I suppose, your conversion process, how does that look like? So you've got their interest, do you get them on like a call and show them a demo, or do you just kind of speak to them and they're like, yeah, okay, fine, put together a proposal and we'll sign on the dotted line if we like it? What does kind of that process look like for you?
okay, so yeah, so the first thing we do is if it's an inbound lead,
Mhm.
they'll actually fill out a form. Actually, whether we speak to them or not, we'll have them fill out our consultation form. Then we get on that consultation call that was scheduled with that form, and we speak to them. We get to get on the phone with them and let them know, we learn a little bit about their business and, how we can help them and, what we can do for them to help. And then we send them a proposal and we tell them to look over it. And once they look over it, then we have another a Zoom call scheduled from the last phone call that we were on, and we get on that Zoom and we discuss what thoughts they have on looking over the proposal and discussing further into detail about things and then they either sign right there or we follow up with them later.
Right. Okay. No, that's great. And your packages, your pricing. I mean, what level do you have? Like different packages at different levels, or is it kind of what do you base it on?
Yeah, so we have different tiers. We base our pricing actually on different variables, but the main variables are uh, the location for sure. When it comes like for SEO, for example, location is huge because population matters. The more people in the city, the harder it will be to rank them. So we have to use a lot of more resources, and it's more expensive for us on our end to get you higher in the ranks. So uh,
What's your rough price range from someone who might be on your smallest package to your bigger clients, I suppose?
Okay, so for our smallest package, I would say maybe SMS marketing on the smallest end, we do 300 a month. So, yeah, that would be like our lowest price. And then we're flexible as far as like starting out. We want your ROI to be matching what it
Mm.
is that you're aiming for. So,
And
uh,
that's very important. I'm glad you've mentioned this because there's a lot of people that I speak to who are quite new to the agency game, and they're like, I've watched a YouTube video of a guy telling me, or I've done a course and he's telling me to go out and charge $2,000 off the bat. I have no idea
mhm,
what I'm doing, right? And you know what? Often they succeed. They go and sign someone up for $1,000, $2,000, and then they'll come on these Facebook groups or they'll come to people like me and they'd be like, hold on, how do I deliver results for this person now? So the ROI has been totally taken out of the equation in a selfish calculation in terms of how much can I make. So I'm really
Right.
glad that you brought this thing about looking at the client's ROI and setting the price adequately based on that. But you would be surprised how many people you will see on Facebook coming up with such comments after doing some sort of a course, because everyone's got a course out there for doing social management or whatever it might be. So final question for you, because I know, we've gone over our allocated slot, and I know you're very busy. If you were to start again, what would you do differently to build your base of clients quickly? Or what would you advise someone to do if you're not going to do anything differently?
Okay. So, I think I can answer both of those with one answer somehow. So, so I would say get a mentor. I would say find someone who has done it before, who you can tell that genuinely cares and will, is really out there to, help somebody else succeed. Get a mentor. That would be my biggest thing, because regardless of whatever else you have going on, if you don't have the experience, or even if you do have experience, if you have somebody that has experience or more experience than you, then everything else that you do falls in place so much easier, because you have someone there in your ear that knows exactly what they're doing. So that's what I would say.
That's a great piece of advice, and this is something I should have done earlier on in my life as well. But on Zique, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Abul.